Berger Chevrolet has been family owned and operated since 1925. We support our community because we are our community. For nearly 100 years, Berger Chevrolet has been dedicated to supporting small businesses, nonprofits, and charities in our community. Through our Berger Gives Back campaign, our employees have raised awareness, provided funding for programs that give back, and supported locally owned businesses. We are proud to partner with Fox 17 to sponsor We're Open West Michigan. Learn more at bergerchevy.com.
In today's Taste of the Town, sponsored by Berger Chevrolet, a couple of well-known local names can be found in one spot on the Plainfield Corridor.
Yep, it's here on the north side of Grand Rapids. Kingma's Market is where you're going to find the newest Sparrows Cafe. Take a look. When you're looking for a cup of coffee, Sparrows is a name that is on the lips of more and more people these days. Tim here, the CEO of Sparrows. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Why you bought this company. What drew you to Sparrows?
Well, it was just so integrated with the Wealthy Street community and had a lot of people that would come there and work there all day, a lot of writers, a lot of artists.
So you were drawn to this local connection, and more about the origin of Sparrows. Local company?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, founded by Lori Slager Wenzel back in 2008 on Wealthy Street. And then we got involved back in late 2018, and we kind of changed the scope of it a little bit in terms of wholesale. So we've got a lot of wholesale business now, as well as that cafe plus this new cafe at Kingma's.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this new cafe. What are you serving up at Sparrows here?
Well, we're serving a lot of specialty drinks that are a little bit more complicated to make, but then we have your originals too. So we've got drip coffee, cortados, lattes, cappuccinos. What we're also doing is we're partnering with local vendors like Rise Bakery, like Lively Up Kombucha. We're partnering with Atakun Chocolate, which is a bean to bar chocolate company locally here that helps us make our chocolate syrup for our mochas. We're really trying to execute at a high level, but also in an approachable way. We have coffees that are along the entire roast spectrum. So we're not just focused on like light roast coffees or medium roast. We have everything across the roast spectrum, but we're really trying to be inviting, but yet execute at a super high level.
And obviously all local, really has a focus on local and getting that, farm to table for restaurants. I guess this would be bean to cup, when it comes to coffee. So talk a little bit about the people working here. I hear you have the youngest, was it called a Q-rater? What's it?
Q-grader.
Q-grader.
That's right.
What is that?
That's right. So Q-grader is kind of like a coffee sommelier. So they take 18 tests, and some are sensory, some are on paper, and so you just go through this process and you get a certification, and I became one. And the youngest Q-grader is my daughter, actually. We did the process together, and we weren't going for her to be the youngest, but she happens to be the youngest. So she's working here over the summer as a barista.
Okay, so Frankie. That's her name, yeah. And we're gonna be talking with her in just a minute. Hopefully she can take us through a cupping. And then don't forget that lovely latte art that we love to see. Yeah. They do that here. And I do believe you have someone who's gonna be showing us maybe something we can do at home?
That's correct. That'd be Jack Miller, our head of coffee.
Excellent. So let's go meet Jack and Frankie now.
So the end goal of this process is to give the coffee a score. How we grade the coffee is standard with coffee buyers, coffee producers, anybody that's going to be grading this coffee. So that score helps determine the price of the coffee and what we want to buy it for, and help us evaluate the flavor and see if the price is worth it.
And so what's the process? So walk me through from start to end of what you'll be doing.
Okay. So first I ground the coffee, and you want to do that within 15 minutes of starting the cupping so it's fresh. Start by smelling the coffee, and then after we assess the fragrance, we'll add water to the coffee to get the grounds wet. As you can see, it'll start to form this kind of crust like this. We'll wait 4 minutes from pouring the water to break the crust. And so you'll break the crust to get like another whoosh of that aroma. Okay. And then also just so that we're not drinking grounds when we're tasting the coffee.
Sure.
So then after that, we'll write our notes. Then we get a little bit for the coffee to cool, and then we'll taste it, and then that's like the final step. And then after that, you can like make any final observations.
Okay, final question. What if somebody really loves a bold cup of coffee, just straight up, what bean are you offering these days? What would you recommend?
So we have a selection of dark roasts at Sparrows that I would suggest for the bold cup of coffee. But if you want like bold adventurous, I would recommend any Sparrows Adventure coffees, or the Hoban Burundi is delicious, it's sweet, and it also is very adventurous. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Frankie. Good job.
I always say that you eat with your eyes first, and that applies to drinks. This is a heart design that we showed you today, and I usually tell people it's sort of the building blocks of more complex designs. You know, you go into a cafe and you might see something with a bunch of different elements and a bunch of tiers, but at the end of the day, if you can learn sort of this simple heart, that'll help you learn all the different designs in the future and sort of advance your latte art. Espresso is going to be 2 ounces. You're going to start there. I usually start by incorporating just a little bit of milk into the base, and from there the key is to just think about sliding the milk and the foam out of the pitcher onto the surface of the latte. And then the last step is you want to lift your pitcher out and sort of pull through, and I'm dragging that foam, and that's what gives us the heart effect.
Well, there you go. All right, all waiting for you right here at Sparrows. You know, if I tried that at home, it'd take at least 20 tries, right, to get it. Well, you made it look so easy. Sparrows Coffee now with 2 locations, one on Wealthy Street, as you heard, the other right there in Kingma's Market on Plainfield Avenue. Make sure to check them out online at thesparrowsgr.com and check them out on social media as well. We'll be right back.